the previous one, because whenever there's, even if there are months or even a year, this is a short time relatively regarding considering or taking into consideration the huge efforts and the huge tips or steps should be taking to make it another success.
That's true. I think right now the security aspect, this is always the biggest challenge for us. The security aspect, we need to get security permits. Once we have that permit, then we can always start organizing. So right now we don't have a another date, but I'm sure there's going to be something in the near future.
Let's move once again to Taekwondo and to our players, and if you permit me, we're going to take a girl and then a man, to make some balance at least. And our second or our coming champion here is Mohammed Shaban. Of course, I do thank my dear colleague Wael Mahran for the big efforts he has done in the Luxor International Open Taekwondo Championship, and what he wrote about Shaban is really great. Shaban is now regarded as the man behind the success of any international event organized in the sport or any successful Taekwondo national team, and he is a former Egyptian international Taekwondo champion, a current Egyptian Taekwondo Federation board member, and in spite of the fact that he is currently based in the UAE. Regarding people or regarding Egyptians who are outside Egypt, this does not mean at all that they forgot all about their country. They can never do that. And Mohammed Shaban is one of the examples we have. Let's watch Mohammed Shaban, let's watch one of his achievements and return back for more with our dear guest, Mrs. Nadia Sobhy.
In Luxor Taekwondo Championship, now we have the man behind the success. We have the championship manager and Egyptian Taekwondo Federation board member, Mohammed Shaban. Mohammed, we have you with us.
Well, likewise, thank you so much.
Can you tell us more about the championship, the ranking of the championship, and how many countries players?
Well, I mean, it's one of a kind if you think about it. I mean, there are 5 G2 tournaments in the worldwide. There's one here, one in the US, one in Australia, one in Korea, and the 5th one slipped my mind. But overall, there's like almost 30 championships worldwide. 5 of them are G2, which is Egypt has one of them, which is a great thing to have. We have almost 30 countries, 330 to 320 to 330 athletes. We have too many clubs. We're talking about 70 plus. So overall, it's an overwhelming competition. You have a lot of London Olympic gold medalists, World Championship gold medalists, and also you have winners from the Mediterranean Games and our own national team who has a lot of medals across the world.
Organizing the championship here in Luxor, away from Cairo and away from all the main places, the stadiums and the hotels, maybe less resources. How hard was that, and how did you do all the effort with all of the team members of the Egyptian Taekwondo Federation?
Well, I mean, I cannot say that it was a perfect organization in a way, because if you think about it, we have tried to do our best. There are mistakes that we learn from for the next one, but I think the most important thing is that everybody gave their 120% in this. Luxor, yes, is a small place compared to Cairo, for example. Resources are less. However, also we get more support from the governor, the police forces, the military forces, and also everybody didn't spare any efforts. But honestly, I mean, yes, there is some shortage when it comes to experience in terms of organizing big events such as Luxor. But what I would say is it will be easier to do it here next year if we have the learnings from this year's implemented.
I think this is the most important championship ever that took place in Egypt after the World Championships, and such a huge qualified players like Jay Jones for the Olympic Games and many others from Germany, Spain, France. How did you convince all these players and countries to come here and participate while huge championships are going on at the same time?
Well, I mean, it was a bit of a strategic event for us. So we put it in the calendar in the same time we have the other G2 in the US Open. So geographically, countries in Europe would prefer to come to Egypt. It's cheaper, closer, warmer, better weather. Also, when we were in Manchester last year for the Grand Prix, we made sure that we do a lot of marketing for it. So we tried to elevate the standards of our invitation style, marketing style, and we start getting a lot of traction from the teams. I can tell you today, I have too many world champions, a lot of Olympic medalists. I would have never wished for any better competitors to be in such a tournament. I can say, I mean, it's the world championship without the Americas and the Koreas.
Did you invest in such an event with better relationships with the strongest teams here, like Turkey, like France, like Germany, and maybe camping together with the national team, having a cooperation with them?
Yeah, I mean, we have very good relationship with the French, with the Germans, with the Turks. I mean, they know us for a while now. Most of the coaches are used to be our teammates and friends. So yeah, we have a cooperation with them. Like with France, for example, we have a training camp in Paris in probably 1 month, 1.5 months. So that's also from a cooperation standpoint. We're going to the Dutch Open, the German Open, and we're flying hopefully this week to UAE for the Fujairah Open, then to Bahrain.
On technical level, tell us about the most important achievements that the national team achieved here in Luxor.
I think by far for me, up until this moment, there are 3 important medals we got. Hidayah, the gold medal. I think we needed this so she come back strong in top form, taking the gold medal in that division. So that was a good indication for us she's in the right direction. Saeed Shaw in 58, winning the silver medal. The German guy who grabbed the gold is a well-acknowledged and recognized European and world champion. So it was always a very good comeback for him. And the 3rd medal we had was Ghofran in the 68 kilos. He had a very, very good performance in Mexico, lost in the quarterfinals, but now he needs to grab an international medal, which he did this tournament.
Welcome back. I will not miss that. I mean, despite the fact that it was a very sad event, but we managed and we handled the situation in a very professional way. And of course, our condolences from all Egyptians. Whenever we're speaking about a 20-year-old player, a champion, an athlete, whatever is his nationality, whatever is his religion, whatever is his culture, when he collapsed like that in a minute, you cannot find him with you, just who was lively there only 2 or 3 minutes ago. But unfortunately, this was the situation with one of the Turkish team, and this was also in Luxor. I was not there, but I had all the circumstances. But whenever we do here have an eyewitness, tell us about that, Mrs. Nadia, and how have you managed or have you handled the situation?
Actually, I don't know to say thanks God or what. I also was not there because at that instant I was not in the venue. But I was in the hotel, and of course I heard about it, and it was.
And now we are watching what happened.
It was.
Sorry for the interruption, ma'am, but
no,
continue.
It's okay. It was, of course, it dampened all our joy, and it was like a big shock to everybody, actually.
That's it. That's it. No more.
My God.
See how the medics went immediately, and they tried to do their best to rescue the guy, but unfortunately it was too late. Yeah. By the way, I do respect the minute of silence you've just had. This is respect to death.
We were also shocked, those who were there, those who were not there. Me as a mother, the first thing I thought, oh my God, the poor mother. That was my first thought.
First of all, of course, poor mother, poor parents in general, and then poor teammates. Yeah. I'm sorry for this scene, but unfortunately, this was an event, or this was an incident which took place, and I cannot neglect, because this can happen anywhere, and this can happen at any time. Death has nowhere to take place in, or has no time to be detected. This is death, this is fate. How was it there after what happened? and how was the reaction of the Turkish delegation after what they have seen from the Egyptian authorities or Egyptian organization committee regarding what happened?
I have to say that everybody actually moved parallel at the same way. We gathered his belongings from the room. We took the Turkish flag.
Such a task.
Yes, it was rather difficult.
Yeah.
But it had to be done. The whole Egyptian delegation actually went to the airport to finalize official matters, documents, things that needed to be done, permits that needed to be obtained.
And there was a private
there was
jet
a private plane
coming from Turkey just to move the body.
A couple of hours later.
7:30, what?
Yes,
7:30 p.m. exactly.
7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
The plane came. They took the president of the Turkish Federation. I mean, the man was crying. I saw him, and
I think all people there.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. It was really a catastrophe, and that plane took the body of this young player and the president and his coach, and 7:30 I think they left to Turkey.
Yeah. But the rest of the players of the Turkish delegation stayed till the end of the championship.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
What actually was done, and I thought this was a very nice gesture done also from our president, that they brought a very big picture of the boy, and it was put in the lobby of the hotel. And all the delegations, including all the countries, all the teams, everybody, including of course the organizing committee, they wrote like a dedication to this player.
Some words to say that we're not going to forget you, and we are extending our condolences to your family and your relatives and your country, of course. After the short break, I'll be back with some good news, with some smiles after this sad situation. So stay tuned on Nile TV International. Don't go anywhere and stay with us.